morning. For some reason I had an urge to visit the Joshua Tree Forest today, where these variants on the yucca plant actually grow. They're pretty choosy about their soil and temperature and altitude, but they've found a niche here. The same is true with the anime I want to talk about today. It has a niche, I just don't know what it is. Blue Drop. Now that Sentai Filmworks has risen from the ashes of ADV Films, Section 23 has made their first 3 new anime releases. Blue Drop was the one that suckered me into watching the whole thing. I got tricked. Blue Drop is a soft sci-fi story mixing an alien invasion with a young love between an alien woman and a Japanese high school girl. Blue Drop starts with a man and woman in a UN space shuttle, apparently off to diplomatic talks with some aliens. After 30 seconds, we're back on Earth, and all that's apparently forgotten. I'll spend the next 12 episodes trying to understand what that was about. Would it have killed them to drop a 30 years before clue on the screen? So, we meet Marie as she arrives at a new and very exclusive girls' boarding school. Marie is an orphan from a tragic event 5 years earlier, where everyone died except, miraculously, Marie. She has no memories of that tragedy, or anything before it, including her parents. Marie arrives with abandonment issues, thinking her grandmother has packed her off at the school to get rid of her. Stupid me, I'm thinking maybe that couple on the space shuttle were Marie's parents. I mean, why else did they show it? I am so wrong, but I blame inept storytelling. Marie makes 2 important friends at her new school. Kozuki is a shy girl from a nearby town. Her shopkeeper parents scrimp and save to keep her in such a fine school, which makes her self-conscious about her more well-to-do classmates. Kozuki turns out to be a very talented writer, too. I bet she would have given that opening space shuttle scene some context. Hagano is the ideal honor student, practically perfect in every way. Except when she shakes Marie's hands, they both have some wicked 60s drug trip flashbacks. Hagano's eyes glow blue and she tries to strangle Marie. Just as abruptly, Hagano stops and sets about becoming best friends with Marie. Nice to meet you, too. Later, after we've met a handful of Marie's new dorm mates and teachers, Marie hears Hagano sneaking out of the dorm after curfew. Marie follows her down to the docks, where she makes a surprising discovery. No, Hagano's not a hooker. Yes, Hagano is commander of an alien spacecraft, and that's all in the first episode. I give director and writer Masahiko Okura credit for squeezing a lot of exposition into just 22 minutes, introducing a sizable cast, establishing some distinct personalities, and teasing an intriguing sci-fi tale yet to come. That doesn't show up, but oh well. So, why is an alien woman attending an exclusive school for human girls? Planting mind control devices into the brains of Japan's future leaders, perhaps? Or replacing them with pod people? Is she a sleeper agent? Did her violent reaction to Marie have something to do with that tragedy 5 years ago? Is Marie why she's here? Don't get your hopes up for a lot of answers. Stupid me, I thought this was a sci-fi story. Let me spill some beans. Yeah, Hagano was involved in that same incident as Marie, but meeting Marie again is just one of those huge plot coincidences you'll have to swallow. As to why Hagano's at this school, there's nothing sinister about it. What better way for an alien to vacation and spend some downtime on Earth than taking a refresher's course on Boyle's Law? All these aliens are female, by the way. They came to Earth because their race is dying out. If these chicks are looking for mates, I'm sure thousands of male anime fans have already volunteered. Look, it's raining cute girls. We surrender. I do want to give the show its due. There are some cute touches, such as Hagano's first officer being able to visit her captain at school, out of phase so others can't see her. Hagano has an invisible friend. If you can rid yourself of the idea that this is a sci-fi story and focus on the love story, this may become a different affair. Because that's what Blue Drop really is. A couple of love stories, actually. Blue Drop is trying to be a very gentle and ultimately emotional story of love and sacrifice. It has an equally sweet and melodic soundtrack to underscore that romance. There are some nice scenes of the alien vessel cruising underwater and playing with dolphins that are both visually and musically relaxing. The quiet scenes between the characters, whether it's about Hagano and Marie growing closer, or revisiting older relationships among other cast members that explore their love and devotion, work fairly well. I totally buy that some of these characters care deeply for one another, but the total absurdity of the plot keeps getting in the way. A starship commander blows off her boss to go shopping with Marie. The ship is under attack, but it's left to the first officer to deal with on her own because the commander is too busy at school to be bothered. The whole planet is under alien attack, and all these gals care about is finishing the school play. I just don't think any story can survive this kind of logical blues. At least, at the end, Blue Drop finally revisits those original space shuttle passengers to close the loop on the future. It admits it has no idea how the story got from the end of the show to there. The show ends with the climax of the love stories. As to how that pesky alien invasion thing worked out, use your imagination. The animation is by studios B-Stack and Asahi, with 3D work by Gonzo. It's perfectly serviceable, if nothing to rave about. It does get a little old that the characters are constantly blushing, though. I give Blue Drop 2.5 stars. Well, it's different than all the other cookie-cutter shows out there, and it earnestly wants to sell its emotional core. A little too earnestly, I think. I just can't believe I actually expected it to deliver a rational sci-fi plot. Maybe Funimation wasn't just making an empty boast when they said they had first dibs on every anime out of Japan these days. Maybe this is the best Sentai Filmworks could find. As with Section 23's other new anime titles, Blue Drop has released a complete set of 2 DVDs. It's subtitled only, and it looks like they're setting new records for typos per episode. By the way, Blue Drop is apparently set around the year 2000. You have to figure that out from the rotary phones and complete lack of cell phones. I would have guessed even further back, given the 212A dial-up modem, but there's a reference to the 1999 yearbook. In the future, we'll probably have more stories set in the 20th century because it's easier than explaining why someone can't just make a simple cell phone call. Who would have thought the 1990s would turn out to be the golden age of sloppy plot devices?
Thanks for watching.